Are you scared or intimidated to play professional mode in Phasmophobia? Well, there's no need to be. I'm going to show you how easy it can be to get the ghost before we even get hunted. And I highly recommend you play professional as soon as you can because it is a much better multiplier and I almost think it's a little bit easier than amateur. So I'm going to again recommend starting with the video camera, of course, and the EMF reader and the glow stick. So I'm going to have all these items because you unlock professional at level 20. One of the key differences though in intermediate and professional than amateur is breaker is off at the start. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's going to be a little bit scarier in here. It's going to be a little bit scarier, but we're going to be fine. And again, our goal is to find where the ghost room is. But I like to do that after turning on the breaker, and that's to preserve sanity. So sanity preservation is obviously extremely important. So we want to keep our sanity high. So because we do have a higher drain on professional. So I don't see anything in here that really makes me think the ghost would be there. So let's go up here. Let's start turning on lights that we know where we don't see orbs. So after you check somewhere for orbs, might be a good idea to just turn on the light. That way we're saving as much sanity as possible. And we do have sanity pills now, so if it is a big deal, we could start taking sanity. It is up to your preference on that. Another thing with amateur and professional is that doors start open. Was that an orb? No. If it was dang good because it's not doing it again. Okay. Threw me off for a second, then the lightning threw it off. Now we're going to not get hunted. But in this instance, if we were to get hunted, I always like to hide behind the fridge because I know I don't have to look for a hiding spot, right? This fridge hiding spot is very good for hiding, and it's never blocked yet. I feel like that will change in the future, but it is a good idea to hide there for now. Don't have to worry about looking for a spot. Again, I'm going to turn on these lights to try to preserve sanity. I don't see or hear anything anywhere. Now, we could have checked. We did not check the bathroom or the storage room here in the main hallway. So let's go back and do that. More than likely, the ghost is upstairs. Ghosts seem to be upstairs for me more often than not on this map. But just so we're thorough, it's kind of hard to see in here. So let's close the door. Do not see orbs. Again, while we're looking for orbs, we're also listening. I have not heard any interactions, which is also why I kind of think it's going to be upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and close that door as well. So now after we find the... let's scan the hallways real quick. These hallways are very annoying. So let's turn on our lights here to try to save some sanity, whichever way you want to. Okay. And we heard that. So we do not have ghost orbs. Yes, we do have ghost orbs. Okay, cool. Easy enough. Could be a mimic. Let's not get mimicked. Has it touched this door at all? It is possible it could have knocked on the window, maybe turned on the light. No, don't see anything. Okay, now that we found the ghost room, we go back downstairs. And let's look at what our sanity looks at. If I had to guess, probably about 80, 85, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit less than that. But again, playing single player, you don't lose sanity as fast either, so keep that in mind. Yeah, so we're between 80 and 85. God, I'm so good. So good. Okay. And right now, I'm not worried about objectives. We're worried about just placing in some items. I always like to place you, and you. Again, once you find the ghost room, you can set the thermometer down and forget it. And then with ghost writing book, you know, more chances that it could do it. Another thing to keep in mind is the ghost room can change, so make sure to keep that in mind while you are playing and trying to gather evidence. So I hope the ghost was a demon and would have hunted me in the first minute. That is the last achievement that I still need. Well, anyways, not trying anything else at the moment. We're just setting down the two books, getting the thermometer, and it's going to look a lot like how you play on amateur, and as you can see, really nothing sort of changed. Honestly, I think playing professional is a little bit easier than playing on amateur because the ghost is more active. it can be kind of hard on amateur, because sometimes I think our interactions may be set to low, or they're set on high or low. But either way, like, it doesn't, it's with sanity drain being so low too, like, it's very hard to lose sanity, very hard to get hunted on amateur. Especially after you sort of know. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? You can set the spirit box down, by the way, and still ask it questions. Are you here? Are you friendly? Okay. It did touch a door. Was it you? Was it you? Okay. I still don't see any fingerprints. Did we get to freezing? Did not, but it did just throw that, so. Alright. EMF 5. So we got EMF 5 at Ghost Orbs, which does rule out a Mimic. Alright, so this is going to be a Raiju or an Obake. It was very curious because it did touch a door and not leave a fingerprint. So, since we are level 20 and I do have all the items, probably the easiest thing you're going to be able to do to get UV instead of waiting for 15 hours for the ghost to touch a door or knock on a window or turn on a light, use the salt. That's what the salt is going to be good for. I hope we get an Obake. It's going to break my heart that I'm doing a no hunt run. And we're going to get an Obake. Can't see the Obake shapeshift. Well, maybe we'll have to take a look at the shapeshift anyways, right? Okay, so it did touch the door again, which is lucky for us. Looks like it's going to be a Raiju. Now, we could wait to see for the dots. Remember, Raijus do hunt early now. Raijus do hunt early. That is something to keep in mind. No real rhyme or reason for whatever I'm doing. I just want to try to encompass everything so we can try to look at it. Which one did it step in? You? It's not really walking around though, so it's kind of curious, but did just tap on the window. We have not seen dots yet, but this is like one of those things where I would be willing to just say it's a Raiju because of how many times we've heard it do UV stuff and not do it. That, like, UV is one of the few evidences I would be okay ruling out if we don't have it. It did just turn off the power, which is kind of scary. But that would be like one of the times where we say, you know what, we're good. So we don't have to worry about that. So this is one of, like, because dots are just so much of a pain. If you can eliminate other evidence items, and then you'll know that it's dots. So, Raiju. And I'm not too worried about the objectives here. These are fairly easy objectives, but look, we're only about 75% sanity, and we got the ghost right without even getting dots. So that's one of the times where we've done enough to see, okay, it ain't going to be UV. You do have to be careful with Obake because there is a chance it does not leave UV, which is why you check multiple times. And we unlocked tier 3 ML. Alright, let's do Bleasdale now, and I'm going to go in with my same setup here. Same exact start. Looking for the breaker. Thankfully, the breaker is on this side of Bleasdale. Not in the attic, thankfully. Hopefully the ghost is not in the attic. I do not want an attic ghost, because that's going to be kind of hard to do. Just with the sheer size of it, especially with tier 1 dots. Even though we did unlock the tier 3 EMF reader last game, I'm not going to use it. I'm just using all tier 1 items for this, so that way everybody, I can show you how it's done. So, breaker is on, and we just want to quickly sort of scan for orbs here. We're not like in many of the main areas. We're not like in a lot of these areas for a while. I closed it, but you do want to check in here because the ghost can be in here. No orbs. No orbs. Who needs doors when you can just do that? I want to open that up. Oh man, I thought that thing on the ground. Is that the bone? That is a jawbone. Okay. I thought that was orbs. I was like, ugh. I was like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of low for orbs, but whatever. Nope. Just thing on thing. Okay. I'll take a picture of it. Maybe. You know what? Probably not. And if I don't grab this, people are going to be like, why did you grab the bone? I set people off when I don't grab it. I like doing that, though. Alright. Well, we haven't checked for orbs yet. Like, that hallway's a good one that you want to turn on the light for, because it could be pretty big. So I do not see orbs, so let's go ahead and turn it on. Not hearing anything either, which is kind of worrisome. Please don't be in the attic. Did it? Oh, I thought the ghost turned off the breaker there for a second. We can go check this one. The ghost loves to be in this bathroom, I've noticed. Don't know why. Ghost really loves this bathroom in Bleasdale. Also play Bleasdale while you still can before the update. Although, who really knows when that update's going to drop. But, and if that's even going to include the revamped farmhouses or not. But Bleasdale is getting revamped, if you did not know. So I'm showing this, and then it's going to be invalidated at some point, just like a lot of videos have been on my channel with various updates. Alright, well, we're looking for orbs, and I have not seen any. This ghost is very quiet as well. It's not doing much. Kind of worrisome, and leads me to think it might be an attic ghost, or maybe it was, like, over where the breaker was. Somewhat worrisome. What are we gonna do? What is we gonna do? I don't see my breath here yet, so that's a good sign. I don't see orbs either. And this is, you know, one of those times where I say if we go through everything and don't see orbs, what we can do is then go through with the thermo. I'm not hearing anything. We have touched all these doors, so if any were open, they should be closed, which should be a good way to... No, maybe except for the one back here. Okay, that fan's not supposed to be on. Alright, here we go. It wasn't here. That EMF 5, baby! EMF 5. That was a quick EMF 5, though. What? Okay, there we go. We do have EMF 5. Did it touch this door? Was it this door that it touched? Yes. And I did not see any fingerprints, but this time we know it touched it because it moved, so that's good. Like, so for instance, we've seen it touch it a couple times. Did it do UV? We do have to kind of be careful because the ghost could be an obake, but I'm willing to rule out UV. And because we didn't see orbs, I'm willing to rule out orbs. Orbs can sometimes... I thought that white thing was orbs. I think everything's orbs until proven otherwise, honestly. Any little glip. Sometimes they can be kind of hard to spot, especially with the tier 1 camera. But the fact that we don't have orbs... I'm willing to go ahead and rule that out. And this will be a good time to turn on our lights. So we probably lost a lot more sanity this game than we did the last game. So let's take a look and see what our sanity is at. It's about 75. But, you know, beforehand, on the last game, when we found the ghost room, we were at about between 80 and 85. This time we're between 70 and 75. So we're still up there. Again, a lot of... I mean, we're in range of a Thay. So... kind of spooky. but it can't be a thing because we have EMF 5. And I'm willing to rule out ghost orbs. So I'm thinking it's going to be one of these. Shades can't do that much stuff in the same room as you, so I'm willing to rule out a shade. It's not supposed to throw items with you in the ghost room, so I'm willing to rule that out. It doesn't feel like a wraith, because a wraith would have been teleporting to us, and I feel like we would have heard interactions with it. So let's see what we got. We got some boring ghosts, right? Spirit, shade, boring. Oni and twins are kind of fun. Wraith can be kind of spookies. Alright. Let's get these, though. Place it in the room. My guess is... If I had to guess right now what the ghost would be, I'm going to say spirit. I'm going to say the ghost is a spirit. It turned off the breaker. Okay. Did just do a ghost event on us. Well, I kind of wasn't thinking it would be an Oni, because it was... I figured an Oni would have already done something like that, but... Where am I? Okay, I'm by the door. It is fairly active, so Oni is definitely a possibility, though. Actually, we could probably tell by what our sanity is, because we were at about 75%, so if we're down to about 60, we are likely dealing with an Oni. Ooh, likely dealing with an Oni. That would be my thought, with where that is. Now, I'm going to try to get the ghost without using sanity pills to get hunted. If we really don't want to get hunted, we could just take some sanity and be fine, honestly. But we can figure this out. I really don't need that right now. Say I don't. Probably should. We're going to go with that. Double check the freezing. We got to turn on the breaker first, so let's go turn that on. And, you know, a nice little trick to save sanity if you don't want to walk through the house is just leave out this door and then go right back around, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in, we're going to turn on the breaker, we're going to use our amazing dots flashlight, by the way. Amazing. Look at how beautiful we could see. You know, before the update dropped with the changes to dots, the Ascension update, I thought dots might have been a pretty good starting item to find the ghost. So I thought you get dots like more frequently, and I thought it might be a good way to find the ghost room. You know, walking around and you see like the ghost figure and you're like, oh, hey, okay. I was wrong. I was very wrong. That was what my hope was for it. But I'm still saying this is going to be a spirit. Yeah, it's not looking like freezing. But we don't have ghost riding yet. No, no ghost riding. I mean, it could be a wraith. Like, that is still a possibility. That is still a possibility. Are you here? Are you friendly? I think we just had dots. Yeah, we got dots. Are you here? Are you friendly? Really? It is a wraith. Huh. So there we go. And this is, you know, much better rewards than with the amateur. And as you can see, it's not that much more difficult overall, I would say. And come on, I had to do Tangle, right? We had to do Tangle. It's a classic. Best map in the game, I do believe. So, let's not even turn on the breaker. Let's see how we can do without turning on the breaker and see how much sanity we lose and sort of compare it. Tangle is a lot smaller, so it's not going to be as ruthless as other maps. But, you know, sanity drain will definitely happen. So, again, we're just looking for orbs. Not seeing any. While we're looking for orbs, we're, again, listening for any interactions, anything like that. Do not see any. Watch this ghost end up being in the basement. That would be a pain. I don't see any orbs anywhere here. I'm closing these doors just so we know if the ghost messes with it. I heard it interact with something. Tier 1 EMF reader is so terrible. Is that in here or was that like in the hallway? What did it interact with? Well, we do have that door. Okay. Huh. So I'm guessing it's in this hallway. Alright, let's open up these doors. Just check for a Yurei. That'd be a good thing. Right? Alright, probably not a mimic. It's probably not going to be ghost orbs. So we got UV, and I don't see orbs, so we can mark those out. And you'll kind of see, like, with the thermo, we still might be somewhat decent. I didn't even check to see what our sanity was, but we got to come back to the truck anyways. So let's just set this down. Do that. Come back over here. Take you, and take you. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where is that coming from? Just a ghost event, by the way. I could tell because the front door didn't close. That'd be a good place to check for spirit box, though. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Let's move this book over here. And let's move you, like, right there. Now, you can't stay out of the house and look for the dots if you wanted to. Might be a bit easier. It was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting. So you can set it on the floor. You can also set it on a counter. I don't necessarily know which one is better. I sort of feel like... I wish it would be placeable on a tripod. I say that a bit, but that would make life easier in general. What's our sanity at? So we are at 80%. So it's not that bad. Now, since this ghost is being stubborn, you know, there's a few things you can do. We know we have UV, so it could be these. It could be Agoria, which would be annoying if it was dots, because you can only see them through the video camera. And this is what I like to do if Goryo is still available. I just sort of stay out of the ghost room like this, and then we're just looking. We have ghost orbs. Okay, why didn't we see that earlier? Okay. So it's a Banshee, Hantu, or Obake. Interesting. Banshee would be dots. Obake would be freezing. Do we have freezing? No freezing. I feel like it would have been freezing already if it was that. It very well could be a Banshee, though. God, what are you doing? I want to see, like, whatchamacallit? Obake handprint. If we have an Obake. I mean, if it is a banshee, like, it could have been a different room at first, though, right? Because banshees roam. So it could have been different and then, like, moved to this room. It's one thing to keep in mind about professional. Dots are super annoying. See, I feel like the ghost room has moved. Well, there goes the, where is... Whenever you hear interactions, look for it with the EMF reader. See what it is. Oh, I think we just saw dots. I think that was dots. I mean, there is a decent way to find out. Could try to get the Banshee scream. So we're getting closer and closer to being hunted, you know? We're getting closer and closer. Again, ideally, you would want to get keep the breaker on. Give me a scream. Well, it is a Banshee. So we just had dots there. So, easy enough. See, that was without turning on the breaker. We could figure it out and not get hunted, but we're fairly close to getting hunted. That shows the importance of keeping lights on, trying to save your sanity. We did all this without getting hunted, but if you are scared to get hunted, I got a perfect video. Click or tap the screen now, watch it, and learn how to stop being scared of hunts. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to all the channel members for the extra support. It truly does mean a lot. Happy hunting, everybody. I'll see you in the hunt video.